a guest here in Overdrive League. It's good to be here.
It's nice to have you, man. So, I mean, just looking at this so far, we did have to change up the stream schedule. You know, some delays for the original teams. So we're gonna be streaming Illumination Valiant and Minior Galaxy. So, and this is a super tough matchup to begin with for these guys. These guys are the newcomers, basically. They're 0-0. They just came in, and they're gonna be going up against the number one seed here, Illumination Valiant, being 11-0.
Yeah, my only other game I ever casted in Overdrive League was an Illumination Valiant game, and they were a really excellent performance from them.
You don't have.
Yeah, they typically are pretty high performers. Bisharp being very good in the top lane, and switching out some of their mid laners. I mean, just Rune Mage himself is always a top performer. The last time I watched him, I'm very interested to see what they're going to be going around and picking up and seeing what they're going to be. Maybe they might try a little bit of some troll strategies, knowing that, I mean, you are the undefeated team, you can maybe get away with a little bit. But just looking at
that.
Oh, sorry.
That being said, the Minior Galaxy is an unknown quantity, so I don't think you can really afford to play too cavalierly against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you never know. They might have just like a hidden ace, your kryptonite, and you didn't even know it all along.
Yeah,
but just looking at
review.
I mean, looking at this, they do pick up Minior. They pick up a pretty strong ball lane in Zyre Khan, but if we look at it, this is 480 carry bands already.
Yeah, they're sending them 5 deep into the ADC pool. Misfortune, very strong team fighter. Jin, very strong with that with the Storm Razor first, and scales very well with crit. And then we have the who I call the king and queen in the bot lane, Kai'Sa and Lucian.
They're great lane. I mean, Lucian's obviously a great lane bully, and this is a pretty good transition. But Kai'Sa, not having the best of early games, but that late game is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Illumination Valiant do first pick the Jinx though. That's a pocket pick, I would say, because Jinx is really too high on that tier list right now. But if you're comfortable with it, it's a very strong pick in the late game, as well as the early game if comboed properly with the chompers.
Yeah, and I mean, 714, we did see a little bit of a buff to her. She does have a higher base health, but she does have a little bit of a lower health scaling. But Rune Mage picking up Zed here is, I would say, pretty huge, because last time we saw this, last week actually, Rune Mage was absolutely disgusting on this pick. And again, they're also trying to target Grim Lobo. We saw the Zyra being banned away here. And I mean, just looking at Minior, they have a pretty okay team fight comp already with just the Shen in the top lane and the Zyra Khan.
Yeah, I really love that Shen comboed with the Rakan. Rakan is, has a lot of good engage with his with the quickness and grand entrance, but he is a bit squishy with some of those builds coming out. But Shen, gives him that big shield that could also join the fight as he engages.
Yes, I'm definitely interested to see how they're going to be able to play around and see like what their combos are going to be, and I'm really interested also to see the Xayah. Obviously, she can use her ultimate to disengage and dodge a lot of the tools that Illumination seems to be stacking. But with Shen ultimate on top of that and Rakan, the synergy there, I think it's going to be pretty hard already to try and take away that 80 carry pick. But we do see Veigar also being picked up. What are some things that maybe Illumination is looking to maybe pick here?
Well, we see them locking a Sivir, which is
mm-hmm.
Perhaps Sivir support.
I'm interested. I mean, hey, like you're 11-0. I mean, anything can work. Maybe they're really trying to flex. hard.
maybe I'm actually maybe thinking Silver mid. It doesn't seem they're going for any sort of maybe it's Jinx top.
We
Where
see
am
the
I?
Cho'Gath. You see the Cho'Gath.
Yeah. Well, they picked their first 3 picks. I don't know. Maybe everything's in order, and that's where everything goes.
Maybe they did in fact just pick in direct order, and Bishop is here to completely dominate, show that top lane dominance up there. But we're gonna wait for the teams to kind of fall around and trying to come down. But looking at Illumination Valiant, I mean, immediately we gotta just look at that Sivir pick. Like,
Sivir top.
Okay, so I mean, what's the thought process here? Run me through it.
So Sivir, range into melee. You have a bit of an advantage there. Maybe they like the Sivir wave clear. This team is lacking a bit of wave clear. Sivir does bring that. The team fight with the Sivir ult is also very good. Sejuani could get into a position to land a nice ult on the back line. Jinx with even more move speed, that's never a bad thing. On the side of Minior Galaxy, we see, let's just go back to analysis 101 for Season 8. They chose Trundle as the counter pick into Alright, and we see that they've put out the champ select.
Maybe they just weren't ready. They weren't ready for the Sivir Jinx combo. They just...
Yeah.
They knew late game that team fight was just going to be Sivir ultimate, and then you just have Zed with Youmu's just running at you at 650 movement speed. They were just not ready for it.
Yeah, and it was someone from Minior who quit, so that's very possible.
I'm trying to get a picture of this before they come back and we lose like the image, I guess. Holy, why isn't it working? Okay, well, I mean, we do still have their team comp set up. I mean, Minior Gaming, they did have, they have a lot of the team fight oriented fight. They do have the Trundle, who's very good into something like the Cho'Gath or the Sejuani, so...
Yeah, Trundle is pretty much the go-to counterpick to Sejuani. Sejuani has all those resistances on a passive. Trundle could steal those resistances, make himself a very tanky boy.
Yeah, so I'm just worried for Illumination that they're a little bit squishy and their damage profile is very one-dimensional, being most of it being AD.
Yeah, very AD heavy. I agree.
So, hopefully, Illumination Valiant has an idea of how they're going to be able to win this, and man, I'm really confused. I'm already thrown off because obviously we got the dodge, Sullen left, but okay, so we are going to go back into draft. It's going to be same pick, same fan, so we're going to have a little bit extra time to talk about this. So for Minior, walk me through like what are some of the key objectives that they're going to be looking for throughout the game, and maybe like what they're looking for in a team fight.
We could start with the early game. Not the biggest thing, but one of the major things for me was the early priority on securing that Zion Rakan in the bot lane. A very strong lane, especially against Jinx and Cho'Gath. They have the level 1 shove. I think they're going to be taking advantage of that. They have Trundle, who can invade the Sejuani and outduel her. The Sejuani, however, can outduel the Trundle if the situation is correct. If Trundle tries to take take Skull Grab while he's low, Sejuani can take advantage of that. Or maybe if she tracks his jungle pattern and knows that he overstayed a bit. But I do think the Trundle will have the priority in those ganks, especially in the bot lane. Yeah,
obviously, I mean, Trundle is going to be able to move around the map a lot faster using the I forgot what his W is called, but that's a lot of movement speed that you get from that, attack speed as well. For right now, the mid lane, I mean, I want to look at the mid lane matchup. We do have the Zed being picked up for Rune Mage, and we do see the Veigar on the opposite side. So, I mean, the Zed should have an early advantage there, should he not?
It depends. You see, some Vegas are kind of obsessed with stacking their Qs, but others are very focused on using that Q for poke. If IP5 chooses to do that, Zed is fairly susceptible to poke since he is melee and has to get into auto range to secure most of that CS. But Zed does have outplay potential once he hits around level 3 to 6. Once he has those shadows coming out as well as the spins and multiple shurikens. He can trade in his favor, but he has to be careful not to get poked out because Vega's Q cooldown is very low compared to Zed's cooldown.
Alright, so with everything that we've come like to conclusion to, and just in general, just looking at the team comps, also taking into consideration the fact that Illumination, obviously the front runners of the league right now, and this new team being Minior, who do you give the victory here to?
I really like Minior's comp with what we spoke about earlier with the Rakan and Shen. Also, we didn't consider the Vega stun, the AoE stun. It is a very good tool to deal with Sivir engage. Sivir presses R and everybody wants to just like rhino down the mid lane. Vega puts that AoE stun down and stops everybody in their tracks.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a large amount of space being created. They're definitely going to have to try and play around the Veigar stun there. So again, we are 10 minutes out to loadout, and then we have another 3 minutes because of the delay. I'm just worried for Minior if Illumination is, they have played early game pretty well. A lot of them play their roles and are pretty good at playing their top side. So I'm really interested to see Bisharp versus Shen, or Bisharp versus Killing Shade on this Shen. Sivir, I mean, I would assume that Sivir actually kind of wins this 1v1 only because spell shielding on the taunt. So
yeah, that taunt is kind of telegraphed unless
Flash.
he does a flash taunt, a taunt flash actually. I do, however, give the 2v2 in that lane in terms of the top lane and jungler to Minior Galaxy.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how Bisharp's going to be playing out the top lane. We've already talked about Rune Mage and IP5 and this bot lane. Cho'Gath, I mean, we did see that Grim Lobo last week did pick up the Zyra, did end up putting Chaz a little bit behind because he did take level 1 red buff away from his Warwick. But otherwise, Cho'Gath support, something obviously we don't very much see, I mean, at all. What are some of maybe the advantages that Illumination are thinking of bringing when they pick something like this?
Well, for me, immediately, what I think of when I see a Cho'Gath in any lane is just a huge meat wall. And when you have 280 carries, a huge meat wall like that is incredibly useful. You could block skill shots like the Veigar Qs. Well, Veigar Q is really the only line skill shot they have. But still, it's just a presence in front of your backline. So in any lane, Cho'Gath will be useful in that sense. Is running the ignite, so there is some kill pressure once he hits 6 with that feast as well. Another thing is once he hits 6, there's a lot of pressure on Dragon that he can provide without his jungler.
Yeah, with Sejuani already being able to use the Permafrost, which does a max % health damage off of larger monsters, and with Cho'Gath being able to provide basically an entire other smite.
Yeah.
I would hope that Illumination is able to get a lot of objectives, not only because of that, but they have a lot of pushing lanes. I mean, the Sivir using Ricochet and the bouncing blades, they should be able to just clear out waves top lane, and with the Jinx using her rockets to easily clear, it should be an even wave down bot. So definitely going to be some bloody team fights coming out from both sides. But 10 seconds before we go into game, again, I mean, this is going to be a pretty important match for Minior. Sorry, I'm getting flamed by them right now that it's Minior. But Minior
okay.
Minior Galaxy, this is I would say this is going to be somewhat of a tempo setter for them. I wouldn't be too mad if we lose to Elimination Valiant, but they are going to be having a game later tonight, the last game of tonight actually, against Gangsters. So I wouldn't be too afraid for them if they ended up losing this. They just recognize like, hey, we are new to the league and this is the top team. So if anything, you can always blame the staff. Is obviously strength of schedule. You guys we're a new team and you're putting us up against Elimination rigged. We're rigged to boys.
This is the Bronze and Silver League, right?
Yep.
In my experience, I don't think humility exists in the Silver.
Oh, so they're trying to permanently tilt these guys so that even 3 weeks from now they'll be like, man, we wouldn't be a losing team if we didn't have Illumination Valiant as our first matchup.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. That's the kind of tilt that I'm always here for. So if you guys have a favorite, if you guys think anyone are going to win this, obviously Illumination Valiant are the favorites here. But if you have a shred of hope, if you're maybe a Minior fan, go ahead, show some love for them in the chat. Give them all of your energy because they're going to definitely need it going up against the first seed Illumination Valiant.
Also show some love to the new cursor that Riot has given.
Yes. I'm definitely ready to see how this draft is going to go. But, I mean, nothing different. I mean, we do see the Rakan taking the Unsealed Spellbook.
Yeah.
And it's the changed one, so you go back to whatever summoner you had to begin with. So he's going to always come back to this Flash and Ignite. But being able to TP around the map and also being able to use something like a Cleanse or... I mean, hell, even match the Cho'Gath Smite for Smite at this point.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart if you thought about that. You taking Smite to contest dragons and stuff.
Yeah, that would definitely be an on-the-fly remedy.
Yeah, nothing too strange anywhere else. Grasp of Undying, Cho'Gath. I find that a bit strange, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to walk up to try and trade, and that right there, you're going to get punished by someone like the Zyrakan with the synergy that they have built into their kits. So, I think I would have preferred to see something like the either Grasp of the Undying or... Not Grasp, sorry, Aftershock. But, again, maybe they're confident in their ability to trade.
Even something like Aerial Arcane Comment.
Yeah, maybe they're really confident in their ability to trade, so I'm interested to see how these lane matchups... kind of shake up and shake out. But do you notice that Den's picking it up? He does have Inspiration secondary as he does have the Stopwatch in the inventory, as does IP5 on the other side of the rift. So I guess they're pretty afraid of getting dived already.
Yeah, I also just want to point out the formation that Illumination Valiant has level.
Oh, it's the perfect 5-point.
Yeah, guarding all the entrances, gonna drop wards in a couple seconds.
Yeah. I mean, something to note though is that with Den's going Inspiration second, he's not going to have access to the Gathering Storm or the Celerity, any of those important runes that we typically like to see on bot lane carries. And I mean, you're playing something like Sivir and Jinx, some of the hardest late game scaling AD carries, and you would think that you'd be wanting to play towards the late game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're obviously just afraid of IP5 running up and pressing the gameplay button and automatically deleting them with the ultimate.
Yeah, both bot lanes having to leash here. I expect Zion Rakan to get the shovel at level 1 and rushing level 2.
So, we do see already there's a differentiation in pathing. Shu starting off on the bot side, going for the scuttle immediately, and we see Chaz. We see Chaz in the top side. So, I mean, what are some of the ganks? What are some lanes that are pretty susceptible to ganks for either side of the map here? Uh-oh, we've lost him, boys. But you see a trade up in the top side?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Healing Shade. Taking a little bit, but also losing a little bit. Don't worry. We do see an engage. The Chompers coming out. Grim Lobo and them looking to try and see what they can do bot lane. Rakan already super low, having to blow the flash. And the heal coming out from Tyler. Den's having to blow up the flash, so... Looking.
Yeah, that was strange. I expect Zion Rakan to win those early trades, but everybody landing their skill shots pretty well. The choppers on Shogat's Rupture and Ferocity.
Yeah, so before obviously you left there, I was gonna ask like, what are some of the lanes that are gonna be easily gankable for either side of the for either team?
That depends. We see right now, there's a shove on the side of Illumination and Valiant. That's not too hard of a dive with a Cho'Gath.
And actually, here we go. Here we go. We said this already. The flash from Bisharp, and the spell shield having to be used on the taunt just to get away. But that is a lane that is susceptible. It is an 80 carry, and now that they don't have flash, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we haven't seen Sejuani on the map yet. Obviously, has taken some of the top side scuttle and got a ward, so he's gonna be able to track I Am Shu. With Spooky Stick without a flash here, this leaves their bot lane pretty susceptible. I mean, it is a Rakan without a flash, so engagements are going to be a little bit more tricky. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think Killing Shade's doing a pretty fine job. He is going to get the taunt here. Bisharp taking a little bit the empowered auto attacks from Killing Shade. Let's see, he is walking across a minion wave. Gets the flash auto, does get the first blood. So Bisharp already going down.
That's one of the problems with the range into melee matchup. As the range, you do have a shove advantage, but if the melee usually closes that distance, you're in a bit of trouble. As we see a pause coming out here.
There you go.
Chazaraz was as
ping high. Yeah, it says he had high ping, so they're gonna restart their client. So. Already, so we're going to take a look at like the state of the game. It is only about 100 gold up right now. Killing Shade already blowing the flash, but also getting the first blood there. So, already with the Shen getting somewhat of a lead over Bisharp on the Sivir, what are some things that maybe Illumination is looking to get here?
Essentially, they put the Sivir behind already, which feels kind of bad as the range generator. Sivir, for now, will still have the shove advantage until Shen grabs that both Tiamat and Bami's Cinder, and then he could start managing the waves in his favor. I think that we maybe see a return gank from I Am Shu. I think that would be very smart onto the Sivir.
Yeah, because obviously he doesn't have flash, and
no flash right now.
You can just come back with a repeat, especially with the amount of CC that you get from Killing Shade's taunt. And we're going to be going right back into game. Chaz has returned, but you see the TP already having to be blown by Bisharp there, so no sums up there. Although Killing Shade is going to also back at the same time, so Chazaraz has full cleared his side of the jungle, but Shu already showing top side with no ganks, and Chaz also didn't back there, so already an item advantage for the side of Minior. So how do you think that they can materialize this kind of item advantage that they have for now? We do see an engage here, the Rupture coming out, flash from Tyler. The ward, they don't actually have a vision onto Chaz, so Chaz is just sitting in the brush right now, but they do see I Am Shu. He was able to get the scuttle.
Scuttle grab, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I think right now as it stands, they're both bot side. There's nothing Chazaraz can really do to supplement this push that his bot lane has going. Shu, as we mentioned, does have that bit of an item advantage right now.
Yeah. So already we see Chaz backs, does get the Bomby Cinder. There we go. You see also a little bit of a trade in the top side. Level 6 for Killing Shade over Bisharp's 5. This Tiamat is coming to great use, able to help him stop the lane push, and the Q also coming out a lot of damage onto Bisharp, but Killing Shade's taking some autos with the press the attack already applied to him. Exposure damage. A little bit there. A bit much there. Despite the first blood, I mean, there's always going to be a CS lead, but now Shu is bot lane. The Chompers come out. The engage from Rakan does get the knockup, and Killing Shade's going to use the ultimate. So this is already the taunt misses, and now Den's going to sit there and get the kill onto Tyler. So there's a lot of resources being blown for the bot side of Minior.
Yeah, for sure.
So now they are going to have priority over the dragon. What are the next steps for Illumination here? There's obviously the ultimate from Shen being blown, and you just saw your bot lane also get ganked. Your two primary AD carries being behind already. What are the priorities here for Illumination?
Well, for Illumination, it's tough right now because they put a lot of stock into late game scaling with both Jinx and Sivir. And Minior is taking very good advantage of that with this Trundle going up top and burning flash, and we just burning the flash, allowing the Shen to pick up a solo kill. And we just saw a 4-man stack bot lane into a dragon. That's very impressive macro, if I have to say.
I mean, this is already looking really good for the side of Minior, not only because of the 2 kills, but an Ocean Drake when you have a somewhat of a poked out lane from the top side. So Bisharp obviously getting some of those good traits up there, but now Killing Shade, he can just go there. He can get a little bit of a 1v1 trade with the Sivir, but then just back off, go back into his brush or back up towards his turret, and within 20 seconds he's already restored about the entire trade's worth of damage. Ooh, that's a max range taunt landing on the Bisharp, and look at that. That is half of his health, and the shield just barely taking the brunt of Bisharp's damage there.
Yeah, once he lands his taunt, he's immediately pulling that sword to himself and popping the double.
Chaz is here, level 6, and also a Rupture down bot lane. The Chomper's coming out. He's not going to be able to use the Root coming out. The ultimate Super Mega Death Rocket coming out. The Ignite onto Spooky. Let's see if he lives. He's going to die to Grim there. Great job from Chaz. And Chaz also didn't blow his ultimate, so they still can possibly dive Tyler here. Glacial Prison being saved, but is already top side of the map. Could be looking for a gank onto Killing, so the kill did end up going to Grim, so not amazing and not super worth.
Yeah, there's some of the discrepancy top lane right now. Bishop has his flash right now and Killing Shade doesn't. As you see this gank coming in.
Trying to escape the gank. The Glacial Prison still not coming out, being very wary of using it, but now this is a 4-man already, or sorry, 3-man. Rune Mage is stuck there, and now Glacial Prison going to be used to try and escape. That was a good rotation, and actually now we see the Zyarchon trying to go in onto Grim Lobo. Grim Lobo taking a bit of a trade, just barely not getting enough feathers for the root onto Dens. Very low right now from the side of Illumination, and now they're stacking this top side. Rune Mage is now going to finally leave mid lane. Killing Shade's about to get his ultimate back, so there it is. But great job from IP5 roaming before and making sure that Rune Mage was stuck mid lane.
Yeah, that's what you like to see when you have this type of matchup. He is quite a bit down in CS, but he can get the shove, and that's what we saw just now.
Yeah, and he has the Seeker's Arm Guard's first item, so he's obviously going to be building up that armor gain, and it is past 8 minutes, so all of the stopwatches have come online, meaning these ganks are going to get a little bit more passive, as people are going to be waiting to try and pop those cooldowns there.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Minior, I mean, they are a little bit down in gold, but this is due to just CS leads. But I mean, for right now, I mean, you're looking at it and you're saying, all right, we have 2 kills to 1. Our bot lane isn't necessarily losing. Our top side is doing pretty well for himself. What are some of the things that they're going to be looking for and trying to take away from Illumination?
Well, you mentioned that they're 2 kills to 1, but something we see but they can't see is the gold on each side. They're actually down in gold by a couple hundred right now. Most of that is from farm, however. So what that tells me is that they are pushing lanes still on the side of Illumination Valiant. Illumination Valiant needs to start.
Oh,
being
the
a bit more
stun. Looks like the death mark is going to come out. Runemage's going to try and outplay this. Does get a lot of damage. Chaz is now going to meet Shu in the jungle. But nothing will be... a great job from Runemage. His flash actually wasn't up during that, and it just came up afterwards, using the death mark to try and avoid a lot of damage.
Yeah, lots of outplay potential with Zed, and he's taking very good advantage.
So we might actually see it collapse. Grim Lobo already moving first. Denz is staying, and the bot side of Minior is not doing much, not getting the first roam potential, and they do have priority in terms of vision. So it looks like Illumination is trying to get this bot side of the map, ahead. Ooh. Okay, so not much being spent there.
Yeah. That was kind of a bit telegraphed.
Now let's see if Shu can try and escape the Sejuani. The Chompers are going to stop them from doing a lot. IP5 has to back out of the bot lane, and now the Flash also here. Runemage going super far down, does have to use both of his summoners. Tyler also using the ultimate. They are getting really close in this fight. That is Chaz going down first. Grim Lobo going second, and Shu and Tyler are going to be trying to chase down Denz here. Does actually miss, and so that's a double kill going over to Denz. Also, the TP coming out from Killing Shady is going to cancel it, but that is a lot of resources being spent already. Sivir's going to be able to push this top lane heavily because of it.
Yeah, I think Denz is a very happy AD carry there. Those kind of skirmishes, when you come out on top, feel very good. So one thing I have to criticize is Shazaraz's use of his ult. He's holding it for very late in these fights. He's waiting for very safe opportunities to use them. If he had used it while they were camping that brush in the bot lane, I think they could have gotten a kill out of it. But and then dispersed and not have to go through, not even give up any kills, which they did end up doing. So
yeah,
I think he needs to be a bit more liberal with the use of that ult.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't a super long cooldown, and it is a 2-minute cooldown, but you are going around the map, and you don't have a lot of people who can actually stack your permafrost stacks. You only really have this Cho'Gath, who in all honesty really shouldn't be getting into melee range, but also Runemage is the other person who can also get these permafrost stacks, so you're already having a little bit of trouble stacking that, so you're going to be the only one stacking, and using the Glacial Prison should be able to net you at least a summoner in the very least.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lane rotation, though. Looks like we're gonna have Ninja versus Ninja up here with Shen going up against the Zed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just standing gold up topside, so it looks like they're trying to funnel some of that gold for Runemage. What are some of the advantages instead of giving Bisharp this standing gold?
Zed is, if they opt into a 4-1, Zed is the split pusher, and he needs to be able to 1v1 anybody in the game to be able to do that effectively.
I mean, he can't, but now actually Spooky Stick getting caught out here. The Glacial Prison coming out. Spooky does have to blow the flash. Super Mega Death Rocket is actually going to miss. And now they're going to have priority over the Dragon, hopefully. The problem here is that Runemage is on the other side of the map, and Bisharp is the one with TP. He actually did have to blow it mid lane against IP, and they're actually going to go in here. Den's going super low, but he's going to go golden using the stopwatch. The TP coming out from Bisharp, and they're going to try and get this IP5, getting Grim Lobo fighting into a choke point. The feathers coming out. Double kill for IP5. Let's see if they can continue. Shu going really low. A lot of AP damage, AoE damage coming out. They're now going to be dissuaded from going any further. That is a 1-for-2 for the support on the side of Minior.
Yeah, we saw one of the drawbacks of this comp. They had 2 carries. I mean, not Toronto. I don't think the 2 AD carries are ever going to win that.
Oh my god, IP5 3-0 right now. He is down about 40 CS, but already has the Lost Chapter and the Zonias stacked up, so these AD carries are definitely going to be feeling it, but that is going to be first turret going over to Elimination.
Yeah, I think we'll see some more of that from Zed in the minutes to come. Shen, you know, his only armor right now is that the Ninja Tabis and the Bramble Vest. He is sitting on, let's see, 129 armor.
Ooh. I mean, that's already kind of doing a little bit against everybody except Rune Mage. Obviously, he does have his lethality items, but just looking at Sivir and Jinx right now, they're not doing a lot in terms of damage for right now, up until they get their second or third items. But you see Chaz at the top side. The taunt coming out. Shu is nowhere in sight. The flash coming out, but the permafrost is still gonna land. Aftershock. Ooh, dodges the glacial prison. Deathmark coming out. Ignite as well. Killing Shade going really far down, and now Rune Mage is gonna get this. This is, I mean, that was a lot traded there. That was the ultimate and the ignite from both. Rune Mage did use his ultimate there, and he did also use the ignite. So I would assume that you just get dragon pressure off of this. The dragon is pretty much open.
Yeah, I think they rotate all 5 to drag here, or maybe.
Oh, so much damage from the Jinx. She's just sitting there auto attacking. Does get another double kill. So really strong. Side of Illumination.
With that Storm Razor, with the empowered autos from the rockets, it's a bit much.
And the Super Mega Death Rocket's doing a lot already early. So this might be a second turret being taken here for the side of Illumination. Now we're going to see it engage onto Bisharp. Shu taking a lot of damage. The ultimate, the On the Hunt having to be used there. So, I mean, despite the early kill lead, they're already even in kills. The gold, they're at about 2.5k gold up, and, excuse me, 2 turrets already being taken for Illumination. How much further can they try and snowball this lead?
They didn't go for the dragon. I think that's probably the next course of action. Maybe they want to open up the map with the mid lane tower. But I think a 4-1 is their best bet right now. I do believe Zed could kill almost anybody.
Does land the taunt. That is a lot of damage from Killing Shade onto Rune Mage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is huge, and obviously taking up the Tiamat so he can help counteract some of the push coming out from the Sivir, but obviously now he has a lane matchup, and now they're gonna get the Mountain Drake, and this is gonna be pretty huge for the side of Illumination with their comp, considering like objectives.
Yeah, I don't like Minior giving up that free. They have TP and Sun United on the Shen available. They could have turned that into a 4v4 or 5v4.
Yeah, especially since Rune Mage isn't going to be able to respond, and that is another turret. This is all the outer turrets now being taken in favor of Illumination. They are looking pretty strong, obviously the front runners of the league. And that is a Rupture going down. The stun, he is going to be tanking turret. This is the On the Hunt having to use Grim Lobo. Also Flash IP getting so low. Does use the barrier. A little late there, but that is a lot being expended just for this little mid lane skirmish. But that is a super low mid lane turret.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an overstay, but they did do a lot of damage on that. It was almost a 1/4.
Yeah, with turrets already pushed out, or sorry, turrets already being taken out, this just makes it a lot harder for Minior to try and, you know, leave their lanes and not be staying grouped up. So what are maybe outline some conditions for Minior here to try and come back? They're not super far out, so.
No, they're not. Minior definitely have a way into the game. The Vega is obviously a strong point for them right now. 3-0, about to have 2 completed items. We see Shen did get the better of some exchanges with these Zeds, so I think he has neutralized that Zed split push, which I think was a major win for Shen.
There's a lot of damage. Grim Lobo stuck, and that is going to be the ultimate from IP5 Primordial Burst, and we see he engage Primal Glacial Prison coming out, the taunt onto Bisharp. Let's see what happens. Minior looking to take this team fight advantage, but they're really low. A lot of blinking health bars. Shu's going to use a subjugate. He's going to get the chomp onto him. Dens trying to do what he can, but That's going to be 2 for Minior in terms of kills, and now Runmage is going to be able to sit top lane. I mean, they can have this kind of 4-1 setup, but the team fight from Minior is looking really dangerous.
Yeah, they could 4-1 all they want, and to go into that side lane and always join his team. The same can't be said for Zed.
Yeah, with Zed off in a side lane, I mean, it makes it really difficult, and now Bisharp is going to try and pick up the bot lane CS.
Something important to note, they just won a team fight 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, and weren't able to pick up any objectives off of it.
Yeah, I mean, they were obviously really low with Dens and Bisharp putting out a lot of AoE damage, but I mean, in general, I think instead of, you know, trying to group up and trying to catch these side lanes, they need to be able to fight where they're strong, which is in these team fights and with Runmage off in a side lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, while we wait for what's happening, we do see now an engage in the top side. Killing Shade does have flash. The Ignite and the TP, or sorry, the Death Mark is going to come out, and Chaz is going to end up picking the kill onto Killing Shade. This is going to get rid of that top lane pressure. Grim Lobo going on the wrong side of the pillar, sadly. So IP5, after pushing out the bot wave, is going to come mid. We do see Chaz is here now. Glacial Prison available on the hunt as well. So these side lanes are looking really good for this for Illumination. They just are constantly getting advantages, and Killing Shade is honestly really far up, considering, you know, they don't have any outer turrets, and Chaz is able to roam around the map. So
yeah, for sure. Something I like to see is a bit more deep vision from Illumination and Valiant. Also some more vision denial.
We do see the 1-3-1 being executed here. Bisharp can just sit in this side wave. Does still have TP, and we do see also Runmage pushing it out and finally getting them back. So the next dragon is coming up in a minute 30. This is a Cloud Drake, so some people would just give up that kind of objective, as it's not seen as super important, but they're going to now have to try and catch these sideways, and this allows Illumination to do what they want across the map.
I mean, Cloud Drake is super important, because how else are you going to get a different Drake?
Okay, I like it. See? Cloud Drake is important, if only to get rid of it and get a better one, so it's a really good exchange policy. So they notice that, you know, they're not going to get anywhere with this mid lane, and now that they have stacked 4-man down in the bot lane, Illumination's going to try and siege this turret. I mean, Killing Shade does have TP, and he has the Stand United, but now that he actually knows that Chaz is bot side, this top lane duel should be pretty even.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see a flank engage from Spooky Stick on that Rakan with the Stand United to back him up. He can't go head first in because he'll run into Cho'Gath and Sejuani, but he does have a way into the backline though, and he can't get Shen there as well.
Shu looking to try and get an engage. Bisharp is now stuck behind enemy lines. The On the Hunt coming out. A lot of damage. IP5 is going to grab the kill. The Charm coming out. Rupture just to knock him up. So this mid lane engage is going to be dissuaded, and now the Dragon is alive. Killing Shade still pushing out the top side. Has his Titanic Hydra. Try and help him clear out more of this wave. While we wait for it, 30-second death timers onto Bisharp. They are looking to try and push this and try and grab this bot lane turret. But, I mean, if there's anything to note in terms of itemization that you'd like to recognize, maybe, from any of the players here?
Well, we are seeing this.
Might see a good team fight, man. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to come out. Den's getting extremely blown up. The shutdown coming out onto IP. Grim Lobo not going down, but neither is Spooky. So close, and the Dragon is actually going to go over to Chaz. Chaz's going to have to jump over with the Arctic Assault, but Spooky Stick going so low and not actually being taken down is huge. They expend a lot of resources.
Yeah, that was
Ooh. That got really close for Bisharp there. I was a little bit worried there. But now they're actually just going to take 2 turrets and try and trade with Runmage up in the top side.
Yeah, you know, the big threat in Dens is down. Zed is off by himself, split pushing. That would be a 2-for-1 trade, but we do see Killing Shade TPing up to defend that tower.
Yeah, so now with 2 turrets on their belt, they are only 1 turret down, and now they're actually above in gold. They're about 1,000 up right now. It is 8-12 with 2 dragons in their favor. I mean, a lot of these team fights are ending up going in favor of Minior, but just barely. It's like just by like a thread for Minior.
Yeah, you spoke earlier about itemizations. I do like what I'm seeing from Minior with Trundle building the Knight's Vow and Rakan building the Ziggs Convert, putting that empowerment duty on Xayah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we do see obviously the Jinx picking up something like the Stormrazor and the Runons, which is really good. There's a lot of melee champions on the side of Minior, but how do they further this gold lead right now and these objective pressures?
Well, I think they continue doing what they're doing. I think the next big, nothing really happened in the mid lane. Flash having to be burned by Silver though.
Ooh, we do see Killing Shade is here now. Grim Lobo, the Glacial Prison being caught by Spooky. Chomper's going out is going to stop the re-engage, but that was really clutch from Spooky that the Glacial Prison ended up landing onto Spooky.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about Minior extending their lead into this game. They throw the Shen bot and pressure on Burn.
A lot of this now coming out. The charm also from Spooky. He's gonna go so low, but the flash from Dens as well. Flash heal being taken out. Tyler trying to get some trade back, but no mana on the Jinx, and now Rune Mage is caught out right into the wall. Does use the Death Mark to dodge Primordial Burst. The Death Mark is gonna take out Shu. So in a really extended fight, it looks like Illumination is gonna come out with a kill for their troubles.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
They might also get a turret from the bot side with Bisharp here.
Yeah, Rune seemed that right there, but using his all defensively and offensively.
Ooh, Bisharp's trying to dive, just take a lot, but also trying to trade with IP5 there. Again, I mean, Rune Mage is doing a lot right now with that. I mean, his micro has always been incredible, and with what we saw there, that was a great job from him to dodge the Primordial Burst.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Killing Shade has been trying to get this top tower for what seems like 28.
This whole game he's been winning, and now I actually see a background engage. Great job from Spooky. Tyler's gonna get the kill on the Den. Grim Lobo is looking to be next on the menu. A taunt lands on the Rune Mage top side. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see this top lane turret go. But that is gonna be the minions also being taken out here.
Yeah, that was an excellent engage in the mid lane from Spooky Stick though.
I think Spooky Stick actually ended up getting the TP and got the back, he was able to back TP and ends up right behind them in a pocket of vision that they didn't really have control of. So, good job from Spooky. This is looking like a pretty close game so far. I mean, this is obviously a new team going up against the frontrunners of the league, and I mean, they're giving them a run for their money.
Yeah, that's what we were saying about being an unknown quantity. You can't really afford to be underestimated. Because nobody really knows what to expect.
Yeah, now we do see that Killing Shade is going to get the engage. So much damage going on to Rune Mage. The Ignite Ignite going down at the last second. Flash from both of them having to be burned. And Rune Mage, he's going to end up grabbing the kill, but in exchange for a turret. So finally, though, Killing Shade's like, I've done it, guys. I did my life's duty, which is to finally take this top turret. So
yeah,
it's going to be even in turrets for right now. But a lot of standing gold for Elimination.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you are telling your team worth and your entire team is just calling you an idiot.
Yeah, they're like, yo, why are you dying in side lane? We need you. But it's like, I trust. I got the turret. Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand. So, but again, the problem here with Killing Shade dying, I mean, trying to look at it from the side of advantages. Ooh, the flash from IP5 is going to get blown. Trying to get the engage on their Rune Mage, but I mean, this is a lot of side lane pressure being given up due to Shen being dead, and a lot of these turrets are below, are like sub 50 health. Sivir is bringing in a huge wave now bot lane. This is gonna be another turret being taken.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, just cleaning up those loose ends.
And now, I mean, they have pushing lanes. The top side is pushing. The bot side is pushing. This should be a pretty free dragon for Illumination. So, what are the next steps for Illumination here? They do have obviously a little bit of lead in terms of turrets, but with this next dragon coming up, it is going to be another Mountain Drake. What are some of the maybe the things that we're going to be looking forward to the next 5 minutes?
I'd like to see them take this Mountain Drake right now, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe just get some vision around it, maybe try to get a pick.
Do you see that Bisharp is backing, does have his TP as well, but for right now they need to be able to set up these side waves. The bot lane for Minior is going to be pushing slowly but surely. And a taunt lands onto Chaz. Chaz is going to be able to get away, but also the baby cage is going to come down and not really hit anybody. So now it looks like Minior is going to take the advantage here and trying to deny a lot of vision, but they're going to start the dragon. Bisharp still on top side, and actually Tyler is in the mid lane having to use the Feather Storm to try and get away from Rune Mage. Deathmark is going to take a lot of health out, but channeling the ultimate from Shen. The ultimate Stand United is going to be stopped. The Charm coming out, and now the Glacial Prison also coming out. Super low health bars, blinking health bars coming out. That is 2, a double kill for IP5. Denz and Chaz are going to try and get away. A Flash from Spooky 6 to try and stop it. Ignite onto Chaz. Chaz is super low. Denz just kiting backwards. Let's see what happens. The taunt field coming out. He's going to try and stop it. The Ignite, the Chomper's coming out, and Knockup not necessarily connecting. It should be a free dragon, but Bisharp in the side lane still taking turrets, and Tyler didn't end up getting away. So he's going to try and fight this. Super low health bars. Tyler is going to go down. Bisharp is now going to have priority over this, and the dragons can't be taken right now. They have to back for this top.
I think Tyler auto Minion in that 1v1.
He might have.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That feels terrible.
That was a huge lead for... that was a huge fight, I should say, for Minior. What are some of the things that you maybe noted that were really good coming out from them?
What spoke to me, what jumped out to me is the Denz's position and his kiting. He played that very well as he could. Being in a 1v3 situation at one point, not dying, picking up a kill on the Trundle.
So, I mean, if we just look at this, the dragon actually being taken by the side of Illumination. They're going to have a double Mountain Drake. This is huge, and Cho'Gath was able to get the feast stack out there. But if we just take a look at the singular gold for either of these players, and actually the Shen just barely gets out with the back. But if we actually look at the gold right now, IP5 is about the same amount of gold, but now Shu's in a pretty bad position. Does have the flash, and is going to be immediately blown up by a Rune Mage, and the Glacial Prison is going to go past his dead body. But it looks like they might be trying to start this Baron here.
Yeah, this would be the first kind of real priority we ever see. There was no vision. That was part of the reason why Shu got caught out there. For most of the game, there has not been any vision in or around Baron from either team.
Yeah, and the Baron is going to be the next objective, especially with a lot of these turrets being down.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to think so.
So, I mean, just looking at the gold for individual people right now, Bisharp is up 400 gold on Killing Shade. There's about a 600 gold for I Am Shu in the lead there, and despite being an almost 100 or a little bit above 100 CS lead in the mid lane for Rune Mage, he's actually only ahead by about well, actually, now that he did get the kill onto Shu there, he is now about 800 gold ahead of IP5, but you'd think that with having 100 gold, you'd be a lot further than that.
Yeah, well, we have to give major props to IP5 being 9-0 in a very volatile game like this that has had how many? Close to 30 kills so far.
The last outer turret being taken by Bisharp and Grim Lobo there, but now Grim Lobo is going to he's going to get engaged upon by I Am Shu. The Subjugate is going to come out, the engage, the Shen ultimate onto Tyler. Rune Mage is in the back, but he's going to get immediately blown up. Spooky trying to go forward. Bisharp also in the front lines has to blow the flash. double. There we go. Denz is now going in and getting a lot of those kills. The AoE damage from the Jinx, triple kill here for Denz. Let's see what happens. It could be a Penta. Tyler going forward to try and stop this. Featherstorm coming out. The amount of damage from Tyler, but he's going to get also blown up. Killing Shade's getting taken down. Denz is unstoppable, and that is 4 for 1.
Yeah, again, Denz is playing like an absolute monster.
There's a lot coming out here, and they might be trying to force this 40-second death timer on Killing Shade and 20. They are pretty low. Great kill from Tyler onto Bisharp, and now Denz has about 10 health. Or about 100, sorry. So they're definitely maybe biting off a little bit more than they can chew, and the Nexus turrets will regen. So the next dragon, for anyone wondering, is another Elder Drake, is the first Elder Drake of the game. And with double Mountain Drake from the side of Illumination, this should be looking really easy.
Yeah, that Elder is definitely a game-ending condition for Illumination Valiant at this point. In that last fight, Zed went in and was not even able to out, if I'm not mistaken. So that was essentially a 4v5 that Illumination Valiant were able to win.
Yeah, I mean, for what we have to note here is that while they do have an amazing start to the fight, they can obviously get a lot of those, you know, starting off fights, the Stand United providing a lot, and the Subjugate doing a lot to shred those tanks. As the fights go on and go, you know, prolong for a really long time, Bisharp and Denz are going to take over these fights unless they're immediately just, you know, gotten rid of by IP5 or Tyler. These are obviously 80 carries, so team fights are where they're gonna find their strengths. Now we do see the engage, a triple rupture onto IP5, Spooky Stick, and Tyler, but they're gonna try and go in here. Grim Lobo's gonna get immediately blown up. Chaz getting ended up getting charmed, but Denz is gonna get the kill. The Rune Prison coming out and a lot of damage. Let's see what happens. This fight is super close. Denz is still in the back line, auto attacking, getting some fights, but that is a double kill, and that's a clean ace. It's going to be 5 for 3. You know, not super.
Yeah, it wasn't clean, but it was an ace.
It was an ace, and these are huge death timers.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the tank and the other tank alive. Not a lot of wave clear. They can't really do Baron. They are pushing against super minions right now. So again, Minior win a team fight but aren't able to capitalize, you know, fully. They might be able to take this tier 2 in the mid.
Yeah, with Trundle being able to use the chomp to try and auto cancel. And now the rest of Illumination is going to be up and respawning. For right now, these are huge waves, both in bot and top. They're going to be stacking that Minior is going to be trying to clear as fast as possible with the Baron being up soon. Or Baron being up and the Elder Dragon being up in 40.
Yeah, the entirety of Minior is around their base right now. I think as soon as everybody spawned from Illumination Valiant, they should have headed it. Because as we noted earlier, there's not a lot of vision prior from either team right now. So they can actually rush this Baron.
And they're going to be able to start the Baron, and Shu and IP5 are nowhere to be found. In the bot side, Rakan and Zion opposite sides of the map, Killing Shade alongside them. And that's going to be a super quick Baron for
Feast is up, Smite is up.
They should be looking to try and trade this Baron right now. Obviously, it is up in 5, and you know that they're around Baron. You want to be able to clear these waves and maybe start up a fight around this dragon.
Yeah, if they could just kind of dance around the dragon a bit, keep Illumination Valiant out of the lanes, away from not pushing, not using that Baron effective.
Let's see what happens. It looks like the teams are looking to start up a fight, or at least contest each other, not letting this objective go for free like the last one. It looks like they are going for a little bit of a bush. Chaz is stuck in the middle of the enemy team right now. The On the Hunt is going to come out. Tyler ends up blowing up Chaz, and now Spooky is super low. That's the jungler being taken out of the fight really early.
Yeah, that does kind of put a damper on the dragon at time, but they still do have Feast though.
They do have the Feast, and
we see people going back actually.
And Spooky is going to have to back, but he is going to not. He's going to cancel. Looks like they're going to try and start this. Remember, Killing Shade now has the ultimate. Looking to try and go in with the Recon, the double knockup. The Rune Prison also coming out. A lot of damage onto Grim, Lobo, and Den's taken out immediately. This Dragon going super low. They are going to get this. And now, oh, fail flash over the wall. Okay. He's feeling himself, you know. He's like, yo, guys, we just killed all of them. So, a Baron going over, but again, I mean, Rune Mage and Bishop are going to be the only people left with Baron, while the inhibitor is going to respawn for Minior. Or Minior, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's going to feel good right now. They have Dragon and they're about to do a siege. Baron is still up for the reversal, so...
Uh-oh, Chaz is going to get blown up. Goes a little bit too far. Chaz is feeling himself a little bit too much right now. I don't think he respects that the Trundle can take away his resistances, and that Vega will absolutely melt him. Yeah, definitely some missteps there from Chaz. I think he's actually just playing black and white screen simulator, because he just went from being dead, being up for about 5 seconds, walks up, and immediately gets deleted. So,
yeah.
Right now, this is going to be a great way to stall out the Baron on the side of Illumination. So,
yeah, making them play super minions is a great way to stall a Baron.
So for right now, I mean, we are getting later into the game. This is a 42-minute game, and while as the gold starts to get higher and higher, the gold leads start to mean less and less, as everyone is already getting to their final, maybe their 5th or 6th item. Hold up, we might see a tank fight up here. Denz is able to get a lot of free auto attacks down. Grim Lobo looking to try and get the engage, but also now the Rune Prison a lot. The taunt going straight onto Denz. Denz has a flash and the TP coming out. This is the GA going to be coming. Bisharp has to use the ult, and there we go. IP5 blows him up with the Event Horizon. The Primordial Burst. That is a lot of damage. So
yeah,
again,
I want to see them just run it out mid.
Yeah, that's literally what they can do. The inhib is still down. They should be looking to try and get this. The Elder Drake buff is going to go down sooner or later, but...
they do have a huge wave in the top, though. They can meet that and maybe get another in.
Or they can just take this Nexus. There is still 30 seconds left on Bisharp and Denz. So let's see what happens. Illumination Gaming might be looking to lose their first game of the season against a brand new team. This would be definitely historic. And now the Glacial Prison coming out. That's the first Nexus turret going down. Denz and Bisharp still down. And this might be the first end. There we go. Looking really close. A lot of damage out of the team fights coming out. Minior!
Oh my god!
First defeat against Illumination. Illumination is going to be going down against a brand new team.
Round of applause. Hats off. All those nice things.
I think Illumination, they were feeling themselves. Obviously, when you're 11-0, there's a target on your back, but you're at the top of the league, and maybe they got a little bit too frisky. Maybe they got a little bit too much of themselves with this Sivir and Jinx composition. I mean, Bisharp ended up going 1-5, so really only being useful for his ultimate there, and Denz being able to put out a lot, but that didn't matter when IP5 and Tyler were just completely destroying Illumination's front.
Yeah, absolutely. IP5 was an absolute legend in that game. Going legendary as well. Great stuns, great ults. People just say Vega ult is just, press R, the ult play button.
Exactly.
Whatever, what have you. But his positioning was excellent. His stuns were very good.
Yeah, they just grouped up for a lot of the stuns there and for Vagar's cage.
Yeah, it was very impressive. The game itself was very entertaining as a back and forth affair.
Mm-hmm. All right, so congratulations to Minior and GG going over to Illumination. They are 11-1 now, so this is a little bit of a stumbling block now. So hopefully they'll be able to pull it back later on tonight. We are gonna head over. We are gonna call it for right now. Please come back in a few. We are gonna be going into the next game, and we'll be right back.